Sexymen.
Embodiment of time. Nice to make your acquaintance, little animal friends. Do not despair, for time is an infinite dance.
Oh, he is a Tumblr sexy man.
Ash is like, I feel this.
No,
I see this.
I look at the kind of like body of the character design, and I'm like, yeah. It's long, it's lanky, it's doing those kinds of poses, yeah.
I was gonna actually ask you. Okay, so what is the definite? I mean, maybe that's a film. Maybe this is unlocking all the film theories right now.
Oh God! Oh God!
What?
Oh,
I've unlocked something in Ash, and I'm very concerned. I think I broke him.
Please don't say
what?
That there is a theory to be made of what defines a Tumblr sexy man. Please don't tell me, or do. And just expect there to be consequences.
There might be a theory as to the defining characteristics of a Tumblr sexy man. Explain this lore to me, Ash. Why would you be crying in the corner because of the Tumblr sexy man?
It's too much. It's just...
Please reveal your trauma unto us.
Okay. You know...
Because I have so much to learn here, clearly. I just look at it as like, oh, you say, oh, that's so clearly Tumblr sexy man, iconography. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting to me as an outside observer who has heard this phrase I've heard this. And I know that there's like even a competition of like, there's a bracketed competition, a tournament of sexy men, as it were, right? And so for me, as the chaotic neutral that I am, who holds no allegiances, I'm like, oh, who would be the most defined Tumblr the sexy maniest of the sexy men, right? I would be curious about that. But clearly, there are layers of emotional entanglements that I am not privy to in my, again, chaotic neutral state where I'm just a passive observer of a lot of things. So please let me know what consequences, what Pandora's box am I opening up when I inevitably do a film theory on who is the sexiest of Tumblr sexy men?
God.
Ash is still slowly dying in the corner, by the way. Just want to call this out.
If you thought Sans' Nest was bad, Tumblr's sexy man definition will be an entirely different beast.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I am still waiting and very patiently and eager for just a little bit more context, or just a little bit more clarity about what is happening in this corner of the room. I don't know. Maybe everyone on the internet too who's watching this knows exactly what's going on.
Imagine you're in my spot.
I'm so confused.
I want you to imagine, y'all, that you are in my chair and MatPat Game Theory is on the couch asking you
Matt
to define...
Game Theory Pat. That's my middle name. Game Theory Pat. Yeah.
What would you do?
What would you do?
Because I don't know what I would do, and I'm the one that's here. Like, okay, what do you know about... You have examples of a Tumblr sexy man, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like, list off some of the ones that you know.
Well, no, okay, now I'm nervous. I'm nervous now.
Well, I need to know where you are in your journey.
Like I know that, like, for instance, like the iconic Tumblr sexy man that I'm familiar with, right, is the Onceler.
Right. Okay,
right? Like
good,
he is in my mind the, like when you talk Tumblr sexy man aesthetic, right? That is the one that pops to my mind, right? Where he's kind of tall and lanky, he's kind of got that like hipstery vibes, a little bit musical, a little bit artsy. Youngish, but like obviously a consenting adult kind of thing, all that stuff, right?
I think that is a safe level of knowledge for you to have right now. I don't know if I can take responsibility for this, Matt.
In what way? Like, what is, again, you don't have to, don't explain it to me then. Don't explain it to me. But what will be unleashed if you give me this knowledge?
I mean... I'm thinking largely in terms of like if a film theory were to come out with it, right? Let's say
there's no film theory. Let's take the film theory off the table.
The knowledge, like you having that knowledge feels so cursed in my brain.
Okay.
Like it feels like I'm ruining you.
Okay.
In a way that like I can't justify.
Are you crossing into Rule 34 stuff now, or what's?
No, I mean some might, but like
sure,
no.
I would assume so. Like that's just the internet, right? That's so normal.
It's so normal.
Like, I can
You're so
definitely
right.
picture all sorts of Rule 34 about the weird clock face man.
I probably.
I have no doubt.
Hold on. Screw it. I hate this town and everything it stands for. Define Tumblr sexy man. Don't blame me if it's wrong.
I could ask Tumblr, I could ask ChatGPT. Maybe the AI will feel more comfortable with its emotions and feelings in defining this for me. Actually, now I'm curious what ChatGPT does say about what is a Tumblr.
I am actually kind of curious what ChatGPT says.
Okay, fine. Okay, I pulled up ChatGPT. You pulled up your thing. I'm curious what they're gonna say. Okay, define Tumblr sexy mans.
I'm so sorry.
Term Tumblr sexy man does not have a universally defined meaning, as it can be subjective and dependent on individual preference. However, given the context of the term Tumblr, it is likely referring to the social media platform Tumblr, which was popular for its diverse user base and various content, including adult and not safe for work content. That is, wow. That is what the AI has learned. That is a
scandalous way to define Tumblr.
Right, I was gonna say, that is what the AI has learned about Tumblr. Like, that's...
Good, preserve him.
Wow. In this context, a Tumblr sexy man could refer to a man or a male-identified individual who is considered attractive or appealing in the context of content typically shared or appreciated on Tumblr. This is not helping. It could include individuals with diverse body types. Apparently not, though. They have to be tall and lanky and colorful.
They don't have to be tall and lanky. It's just a big part of the formula.
Styles, interests that resonate with the Tumblr community. Keep in mind that beauty and attractiveness are subjective, and different people may have different preferences when it comes to consider as sexy. Okay. That did not help me. That is not the response that I expected to prompt the reaction that Ash had, so.
The discourse is what really gets it.
How bad could it be, Ash? How bad could it possibly be?
Let's see. Oh, okay. This is from Urban Dictionary, and this was posted by Poopy Turd 1.
Great. I'm glad I'm getting my information from an AI language learning module that's like wrong 75% of the time. And what was the username? I want to make sure I get it right.
Yeah, of course. Poopy Turd 1.
Poopy Turd 1. Okay, good.
Right.
Don't trust Poopy Turd. Don't accept no other Poopy Turds. The original. We're talking about the original, but it's not really the original because otherwise it would be Poopy Turd. So Poopy Turd 1 is like the one after the original.
Right.
Yes, okay.
So a male character who goes viral on Tumblr for perceived attractiveness based on an established formula.
Okay, formula. I like I like formulas, Ash. I like equations. I like formulas. Okay.
Usually white, tall, dresses fancy, and is evil, or
and
has
is evil.
a dark
good
side.
One. Okay, yeah.
So you know that like morally dubious type.
Morally dubious. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. Though the character can be non-human or non-human and anthropied to fit the said formula. Most of the time, said character isn't really as attractive as Tumblr weirdly makes him out to be. Example, Sans is...
Wow, I love that the Urban Dictionary, the Urban Dictionary definition is not even low-key shading, just outright shading the Tumblr community about this. Oh,
but
no.
It's right.
Oh,
They're
wow.
Right.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes. Example, Sans is literally just a magic skeleton.
Yeah.
I have no idea how he turned into a Tumblr sexy man.
Okay.
But we're talking about that.
Yeah, Sans and Papyrus are big sexy men, yeah.
Yeah, it's about the vibe. It's about, non-human, but anthropied is not cool, but like it's a good anthropomorphized. Yeah.
Anthropomorphized.
It says anthropied.
Anthropied. Interesting.
Anthropied.
Is that a real word?
To fit said formula of like has like an evil dark side, but maybe a little silly guy.
Okay.
That's like the base of it. But
that wasn't so bad.
It's the discourse. It's the discourse around it. It's the way that it's spoken about that is cursed.
Like Purple Guy is a Tumblr sexy man, right?
Yes.
Purple
Guy, but also the way that they drew William Afton.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
They made him into like this like very skinny dude with like very high cheekbones.
Right, yeah, right.
A little bit like disheveled in terms of the hair. But yeah, I won't say he was a big, I don't know enough about that. Do you see what weird position this puts me in?
I don't know, you're just an arbiter of facts.
Facts.
The question is purple guy a sexy man? And the answer is yeah.
Sure.
Sure. And
Yeah.
and certain illustrations of him personify him more as a sexy man than others. That makes sense. You don't have
Right.
to be awkward about it. It's okay.
Right.
Sorry, was this bad?
No, I think this is fine. I think if anything, your innocence about it
I'm just
is healing.
Again, it's one of the, I'm just fascinated to like that is I don't know if the internet understands this about me at this 10 years, 12 years into doing this. I'm just interested in learning stuff, right? And to me, Tumblr in a lot of cases was a black box that occasionally I would step into a hornet's nest and those things would live on to haunt me to this very day, right?
Maybe he's on the Sexypedia.
The Sexypedia. That is what now?
It is a fandom page where they're like,
it's the collection.
here's where all
them.
the sexy men live.
Great. Awesome. Who won the latest Sexy Men poll? Right? Because there's a tournament over every year, right?
Yep. There was, I think Sans won the last one, which coincided with the passing of Queen Elizabeth.
That's right. I did see that circulating on Twitter. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, so they do this bracket. It's like basically March Madness for sexy men, right? And it ultimately boiled down. And yeah, that's right. Sans, I thought, ended up, it was Sans versus
Reagan.
Yeah, that's right. And then Sans ended up winning. Yep,
yeah.
That's right. I saw that circulating. And yeah, it was the same day as Queen Elizabeth's passing, which is a weird merging of events there.
I feel like that this isn't the first time that like sexy men and the royal family have done something major on one date.
It's true.
Maybe it's not the royal family. It might just be like important political figures.
Geopolitical events happening.
My spidey senses are telling me this is not a first.
Spider-Man. Sexy man. No? Too traditional?
He might be too traditional.
I was going to say, he feels borderline.
I feel like
he feels
Parker
a bit too
is
mainstream.
more agreeable.
Well, I was going to say, Peter Parker, yes. Spider-Man, no. I love this. Hey, let's learn more about chicken nugget lore, shall we? So this guy...
Definitely a Tumblr sexy man.
Okay, Tumblr sexy man, okay. Wouldn't that be amazing if the one slur was Chris Pratt? That would just be the darkest of all timelines.
I would leave. I'd go straight back into your brain.
That's a question. Has Chris Pratt voiced... Chris Pratt has played many a role at this point. Has he voiced a Tumblr sexy man? Or has he been a Tumblr sexy man himself?
I don't think he's one. He's not one himself. I could see a world where... see. I feel like in the early phases of Guardians of the Galaxy, there was some Tumblr-esque...
Is Chris Pratt a Tumblr sexy man? I figured I might as well just ask the question, see what the AI tells me.
Yeah.
Jack Black. But maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe. Like, I do feel like early Star-Lord might hit
that criteria. I was going to say, I feel like Star-Lord is close.
Like, Star-Lord would hit that criteria.
Yeah.
I feel like more so in the beginning.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like Tumblr is not a big fan of Chris Pratt right now.
No, sure, yeah.
I'm just going out on a limb here.
I don't think that's going on too far of a limb, but yeah sure.
I don't know, but sexy man Chris Pratt, Christopher Pratt, Holmes, sexy man thing Marvel.
I mean, you know. What have we done?
Oh God!
Oh, what have we done? This is the darkest. This is the darkest
timeline.
This is the darkest episode we've done. Oh man! I guarantee next episode will probably have 100% less sexy man talk. Probably.